I just found this image on Pinterest. It's a watch list of Sapphic movies, and to be fair, I am always looking for more Sapphic movies to watch. I have in fact watched some of these. I won't be rewatching some, and I have even made some videos on some of those movies. I thought this list was a great opportunity to watch more Sapphic movies and to make more videos on Sapphic movies. Each movie I'll check off the list and probably make a video on until the list is all checked off. The first movie I watched on this list is Booksmart. Booksmart was already under my radar. I had seen the poster for it and I knew it was a coming-of-age movie, which as a 27-year-old I am very fond of. Okay, the movie begins and I can already feel the queerness. I also miss my girlfriend way too much after she goes to work for the day and I can only see her at night. I don't think the best friends are going to become a couple. It doesn't feel like it, and I gotta say Molly is giving straight vibes. Derogatory. After arriving school, we find out how much of nerds they are. Also, Amy's gay and has a crush on Ryan, a girl who does look a lot like Napoleon Dynamite. But Amy isn't sure if she's gay too, and she just doesn't have the courage to ask her out. After class and after getting the phone number of their soon-to-be not teacher, and oh my god, I think everybody who's somebody was in this movie. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to get Amazon Prime, but as the IMDb girly of my relationship, X-Ray has made my life a lot easier. Like, everybody is in this movie. So far we've got Jason Sudeikis from Ted Lasso, which I have not watched, but most importantly he is from Horrible Bosses, which I was going to watch in cinemas with my mom, but I wasn't allowed in because the movie was like 14 plus and I was only 13. But I forgot I was 13 years old, and it took me like a while to say my age to the clerk, so I think the lady thought I was way younger to watch that stupid movie, even though I was with my mother, so there's that. I later did watch the movie on cable TV, and thank God I just didn't watch it in the cinemas. Haven't watched the second one though. Don't think I'm going to. We've got Skylar DeSondo from Superman, but most importantly from Santa Clarita Diet, R.I.P. Eduardo Franco from Stranger Things, but most importantly that one movie where he loses his penis in a freaky accident. Claire Bear of Claire Bear fame, Diana Silvers from Ma and other things. Molly, while overhearing people talk shit about her behind her back, decides to talk shit back and finds out her bullies are also getting great college opportunities. AAA got into Yale early also. This Randall guy is going to Stanford, and 2-time 7th grade repeater got into Google. The girls decides, and well, by the girls I mean Molly decides for both of them, let's go to a party, their first party ever. Tomorrow is graduation, and they need to leave one crazy night before Amy goes to Botswana to help women make tampons for the summer. They're going to Nick's party, Nick being the popular guy who also happens to be Molly's VP. The girls put together their attire and lie to Will Forte and Lisa Kudrow about their destination. Not that they know where the party is. Kind of reminds me of when I lied to my mom about my whereabouts. I was about their age and I told my mom I would be sleeping over at my best friend's house, but she told her mom she would be sleeping over at my house. There was absolutely no reason for lying, at least not to my mom, and it didn't work out in the end. I was kind of like Molly and Amy in high school, but instead of being book smart, though I was called a nerd more than once, I was busy drawing in my sketchbooks. So I guess I was sketchbook smart. Don't worry, Molly knows someone who can take them to Nick's party, Jared. He is very excited to help them out, especially Molly, and he's taking them to the best party of the night. His party. His boat party. It's in a boat. It's in international waters, of course it's way better than some stupid lame house party. Except the only people there are him, the girls, and a very drugged up Billy Lourdes, who I think might be Jared's girlfriend. She offers them strawberries, and by offer I mean she kind of force feeds them and jumps into the water. Jared is DJing when Molly makes sure to tell him they are leaving and it is wrong to trick people into coming to your party. They call an Uber to where they think might be the correct address, and their driver is their school principal. They ignore the feminist icon in front of them. I mean, he's writing a novel about a pregnant female detective whose baby kicks whenever they find a clue. and they decide to watch porn on their phones to prepare Amy for her future of lesbianism. Speaking of which, where is the lesbianism? Anyways, after leaving the principal behind and learning a bit more female anatomy, the best friends find out they have been tricked once more and are now at Alan's party. Alan's murder mystery party. Amy is to play the adorable farmer new to the city, and Molly can play the hideous barren orthodontist. It just says orthodontist. Remember Billy Lourdes? Yeah, she's there too, and she says they seem to be holding it together very well for people who just did Asian ayahuasca. They finally feel the drugs kicking in and become dolls in a crazy stop-motion sequence where Molly is dressed as a sexy nurse. Oh, it must be the orthodontist, since Amy does look like a farm girl, yeah. They feel their genital-lacking doll bodies, and once the stop-motion is over, we see them walking as if they don't have joints out of the door. Amy wants to go home. They just went to 2 parties in one night, they did drugs. They can go home knowing they are not boring. But Billy Lourdes, who is there once more, tells them and us the real reason why Molly wants to go to Nick's party so bad. And it's because she has a big, fat, non-lesbian crush on Nick.
A big crush on you.
That is so wrong, he's her VP. You know what's also wrong? The fact that I was promised lesbianism and I have not been delivered lesbianism. Where are the Saphics? They decide to go to the party. Not only so Amy can kiss a girl and I can see something gay, but also so Molly can kiss a boy and whatever. After watching an Instagram story of a Dr. Franco crushing about 15 pizza boxes from Lidl's, they get into the car of a random pizza delivery guy who tells them how fucking insane they are. They got into the car of a stranger. He has a weapon. Did they ever think of the possibility of sexual assault? Of course not. They spent too long making their hair into masks. They're right by the highway. He could have them in another state in like 40 minutes. He could tie them up and film them for days on end. What were they thinking? In the end, he does give them the address to Nick's party, since they are probably gonna have their bodies like found dumped in a park at the end of the day or whatever. They are ready to be on their way, except Amy's phone was left at the creepy pizza delivery cars, and Molly is at like 2% because they streamed so much porn. They call their cool teacher, ex-teacher, they change clothes and finally arrive at the party at Nick's aunt's house, where I can maybe see some lesbianism. Molly sees Nick and we have a dream sequence that is just like way too straight for me. I plead and ask again, where are the Saphics? I don't really vibe with Ryan, but also I am not a 17-year-old virgin lesbian. She does seem happy Amy has come out, not as in out of the closet, but as in like out to the world, out to the party. The straight girl seems to be hitting it off with her VP. Billy Lourdes is there, and actually we find out everybody does like the nerds after all. However, there's just one question. Is Ryan gay? Or just a weird tomboy? Is she afraid to go to Uganda? You know what I mean. Gays in the pool, lesbians in the pool, oh my god. Okay, so actually everybody's in the pool, but I only care about the lesbians. Amy is looking for the chlorine-covered possible lesbians underwater. Her eyes will burn after this. I was a kid who opened her eyes in the pool. I know her eyes will burn after this, but it doesn't matter. Wait. Do her burning eyes deceive her? Or is that Ryan and Nick kissing? That queer baiting fuck. And also, like, wasn't Nick hitting it off with Molly? What the fuck? Being a teenager sucks, my god. Amy tells Molly they need to go home, but Molly is sick of Amy's lack of proactiveness. She's the only one who had them do everything all these years. She's the one who pushed Amy to do anything. She's the one who forced Amy to go to a party she didn't really care for. They fight in front of everybody. Molly tells Amy to fuck right off. This is their first proper fight and Amy is leaving next year. Not just for the summer, for the whole year. Amy runs and hides in the bathroom where Diana Silvers is also hiding. She appeared in the beginning of the movie, doesn't really matter, but now she's being mean and calling Amy nerdy and trying to get under her skin. And guys, I think we might have a make-out scene in our hands. I was correct. Enemies to lovers or something. Popular girl on nerd girl time. The queers are taking their clothes off. I hope all the porn helped. It feels awkward. They are talking a lot between moves. Should I be watching this? Should I be talking about this? There is always a time when watching a come-of-age movie or series that I feel very awkward being almost 30 years old. Oh, thank God Amy threw up on Diana Silvers. This made everything a lot less awkward. For me. The police have been called. It wouldn't have been a party in Inks without the police. Graduation day. Molly wakes up to messages and videos of Amy getting arrested and visits her in jail in the next scene. She's there because they are either getting arrested together or graduating together. You know what? They have some information the police might want to know. Turns out pizza delivery guy that was very creepy, yeah, he's a wanted man. Oh, turns out Billy Lourdes and Jared, not a couple. Molly just Frenched him in front of the whole school and then gave an inspiring speech. She's the valedictorian after all, and oh my god, is that Diana Silvers waiting by the door at Amy's house? They awkwardly talk, it's so cute, I hope they kiss. They don't. Diana Silvers does give Amy a note. I think it might be her phone number. The BFFs goodbye as Molly drops Amy off at the airport. It's just a weird way, but as someone whose best friend went away for a year and had to say goodbye, I also cried a lot. And that's it. That's BOOKSMART. I feel deceived. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. It's a nice movie, but it's not even gay. I feel queer-baited. In the words of Thomas Sanders, it could be gayer. It's just not a sapphic movie. I have been Sophia. Like this video if you are not a homophobe and subscribe to see me talk about more, hopefully, very sapphic movies. Bye!